So I just want to provide a little update about CCG, CCG wide update, I guess, or it's because we're in August, so we're in a new month now. So this month the focus is shifting a little bit towards recitals. We've got students giving recitals throughout the month, and you guys are all welcome to do that as well. You can see the details in the notice board about that. I'll show you right now. Go to always the notice board's a good place to go to kind of see what's the latest is for the month. So if we click on notice board here, you can sign up here, and we had Kiem already gave a beautiful recital. I have to upload his recital. We've got David Reynolds coming up. Eli had to delay his recital for personal reasons. You probably saw his update. Unfortunately, family member passed away. So, and then Jamal also to be confirmed, and Bobby's to be confirmed as well. But they've got their repertoire and stuff. Robin to be confirmed, and then Colleen 29th. Well, it's a pretty full schedule, so don't feel any pressure to, but if you want to, if you've got the desire to, and you guys, if you want to do it on another instrument or a mix of instruments, a bit of guitar, piano, and violin, that's fine. If you want to do that, I think it's a nice. It give you, when you have a goal. I can't tell you how much it can change your practice, right? When you've got like, oh, I've got a recital on the 15th or whatever, right? It just focuses. Like I had a concert a couple weeks ago, and I was practicing. Somehow I managed to practice like an hour a day at least. And now that I don't have a concert coming up, it's like somehow I'm not practicing anymore. Like I have the intention, I've got the program, I don't have a date, so I just don't have that same intensity, and that's okay. I think we don't have to be always intense with our practice, but it's good for a season, I think. So please consider that. Also, we will have, and this is also in the notice board. Oops, my internet's unstable. I might be getting problems with my internet and stuff because of the storm. So, what was I going to say? Also this month. So what we've been doing lately, and I would encourage you guys to check out some of the past concerts we've done. We do have an online, what do we call it, virtual concert, which is a little bit different to the student recitals. A virtual concert is a showcase of different members. Basically, you guys can record one piece. Larry, you've done a couple of them, I think. You can record one piece, and then I will, and we're going to have a program. Approximately 45 minutes to 1 hour is a good duration. We're going to have a program based on those videos that people record and submit to me, and just one short to medium length piece, and I will stitch that together, and it goes on YouTube. It's called a premiere, YouTube premiere, so it's kind of like a live experience, but everything's been pre-recorded. So it's pre-recorded, it's uploaded, it's scheduled for a certain date. The date is the 24th at 2 p.m. So it's scheduled for that time, and then when it's on, it's kind of like we can comment and stuff like you can in a live video. So if you'd like to do that, you can submit. Click on click on that banner, or click here, and there's a folder. And we already got one. There we go. So we already got one. Sam's already submitted his recording for that, so that's great. Okay. So that's that, and then all the other stuff's pretty much review month. Now this, I feel like with this class we have missed quite a few, so I don't mind just keeping it going, and yeah. So I think we can do that. I feel like I kind of owe a few sessions. So sometimes I travel and stuff, so I have to cancel for various reasons. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening. And if you do join the other events, if you want to learn about publishing music on Amazon, that's what we're talking about. That's the main focus. So if you join the well, let me clarify. If you join the um, if you join the master classes, those we're focusing on the recitals and the concert. That's the focus for that. If you join these classes here, advanced composing, we're going to talk about publishing. If you want to talk about publishing, and if you and the foundation composing classes will have a break from those. We won't have those on. Okay, does that kind of make sense? You following all that? That's a lot of things to follow. All right. So
Daniel, just to let you know, probably two of
yeah.
the Sundays at my end, I won't be able
Yeah.
to attend because I get clash with church.
Okay,
So
no
two
worries.
Sundays out
No
of the
worries.
month at this stage at the 9:30. Yeah.
Okay,
So
no
I'll,
worries.
I'll
No
look at the
worries.
recordings. Yeah.
Yep, thanks for letting me know. No worries. Cool. Okay, so we're recording already. Good. So how have we been going with these D major pieces?
I think I've been doing good. I haven't started the number 36 yet, but I'm still working on number 37.
Great. Cool.
I learned number 36 all the way through. And I think Camilla did mostly.
Yeah.
We were both playing on the piano. It's a little too hard to play that one on the violin because the melody is.
Yeah. It jumps around. Okay. So you're doing it on the piano?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Larry, how are you going?
Oh yeah, just doing some work on 36 is starting to come together. Yeah, which is good.
Right.
Go back and try and brush up on 37 as well. But
Yeah.
still the
Okay.
just I was playing this morning with the metronome on 6/8 to try and get the rhythm right. So that's
Good.
helpful.
Great.
Yeah.
Metronome's always good. Okay, so you've been working on 36, Larry.
36, yeah.
Emma, what did you say?
37.
37. Awesome. So maybe we can get Larry to play 36, Emma to play 37, and then Melanie and Isabel on the piano. What would you guys feel most comfortable playing if you had to play something?
I took a video. I played 36. We don't have a microphone yet, so you wouldn't really be able to hear. But I think if I share the screen, you can hear the video. I think, right? You should be able to. Because
you recorded it, did you? How can we watch that? Is there a way to get that?
Yeah, I think your internet had froze for a second.
Oh,
But,
sorry.
yeah, no, it's fine. I took a video of it. I can share it. I can share the screen, I think. Right? You should be able to
Share
hear
the
that.
screen. Yeah. Hang on one sec, because I have to get permission to do that. So, yep. Okay, so you can share the screen. So maybe we can listen to your recording, and then we can have Larry play 36 and Emma play 37. How's that?
I think good.
Yeah. And then we'll try to move on to the next.
Okay. I think so.
Okay, we can't hear that. You might need to before you share screen, when the box comes up, you press share screen once, and a window will pop up. There's an option there to share sound, so you might want to stop your screen sharing, please.
Oh, okay.
And start it again. And before you hit the share button the second time, make sure that share sound is clicked. Yeah, that should do it. It should do it. Okay, let's see.
You can see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, all right. Yeah, good stuff. Very good, very good. It's so nice to hear on the piano. Yeah, it's great. Comes out really nice. Recording it like that. Yeah, then we can hear it really clearly and very nice, very nice. Did the things that we spoke about in the previous weeks, did that kind of help with
Yeah.
playing it and learning it and everything?
Yeah, I think knowing about where it repeats, like where the parallel periods are and where it repeats, really helps to remember when you're memorizing. Then you can think, well, it's this one and this one. It's the
Yes.
same, but just a little bit different. It helps a lot.
Great. So you played that by memory
Yeah.
as well. Wow. Quick memorization as well. Very good. And what's that like to play on the piano? Is it awkward on the piano? Like, I don't really know. So is it
No, guitar
Works.
pieces I think are generally very easy. The
Right.
fingering, I wasn't doing in one part, I've changed the fingering since I took the video because it wasn't hopping your thumb back and forth like I did. Not really supposed to do that, but so I figured out a better fingering since then. But yeah, no, they're pretty easy to play on the piano, at least all the ones I've done so far.
Awesome.
Too.
Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. So then, can we have maybe Larry play which one was it again?
Okay.
30,
36.
36. Let me just grab the music here, please. What if you could just wait 1 sec? Here we go. 36. That'll be that's the same one that we just heard. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's hear it now on the guitar. Yeah. When you're ready, Larry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I went past the fin, but that's all right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking. Okay, good
Sorry.
job. Great job, Larry.
Yes.
Great job, Larry. Yeah. All right. All right. So I think the main thing to work. You mentioned you were using the metronome. So,
Yeah.
but if we can really get the distinction between the crotchets and the quavers, or the quarters and the eighths.
Yes.
Like that. Do you want to give
That
that?
sounds
Do you want to give
very
that a
different,
little
yeah.
a little go? Yeah. That's it. Yes. Great. very good, very good. And just make sure the bass notes. I think for the first line you're playing all A's, but they do go D. You know, they start
okay.
D's and then on the A's. So just check the bass lines. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
No, that's a work in progress. Yeah,
That's good. No, that's great. I don't think that'll be too. You know, I don't think that'll be too much of an adjustment for you. The rhythm and then the bass notes, and then one more thing, if you can, when it goes to A major, maybe a bit more. If you can, just try and change the color.
Yes.
Maybe more tasto. Whatever. I mean, if that's the mood you want, but
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit more laid back.
Yes.
You just try a little bit of that, getting that flavor to it.
Okay. Well, we've got the A section. The
Yeah, maybe more tasto. That's good. You're getting a good feel. A bit more tasto, a little bit more gentle. That's it, Larry. Very good. Awesome, awesome. That's great. That's it. That's it. Yeah. One thing too, Larry, I'm noticing with your right hand, maybe your wrist is almost collapsing. It's almost too flat like that. So
Oh,
just,
this
I
way,
think if you
yeah.
can just arch your wrist a little bit more. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Arch
okay.
the
Yeah,
wrist a
thank
little
you.
bit.
Yeah.
That's great. No, that's very good. That's it, really. I think that's it. It's just the rhythm, and then changing the color in the B section, and then arching your
Yeah.
wrist a bit more. I think if you make those changes, it
It'll come
it's
together.
it's gonna
Yeah.
really come together. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Great.
Awesome. Thank
Awesome,
you.
awesome. That's so nice to hear on the I'm curious, Melanie and Isabel, you know how we're talking about changing the color like this from one section to another. Is there a way to do that on the piano? How do you
You you would hit it. You just hit the keys lighter, makes a quieter sound, and if you hit them harder, it makes it louder. So you can change like that.
hit them softer
Yeah.
and slower
And then
or as well? Or does that make a difference or not really?
The way if you let them go, kind of like staccato. If you do it like quickly, if you kind of go up, hit the next key like down as the last one's coming up, kind of like more like
Yeah.
smoothly, I guess.
Yeah.
Then it would be more. Yeah, you can do that. I don't think I
Interesting.
did. I don't think I did that when I was playing it, but
Yeah, that's what I'm
you can.
curious. That's what I'm curious about and how it's achieved. So you know that how it's achieved, which is good. An interesting fact that with the guitar that might also apply, it probably applies with any instrument, but when you pluck a string more slowly, I know this because engineers have told me this. I didn't know this myself, but acoustic engineer told me that when you pluck a string more slowly, it suppresses. This getting into a bit of acoustics here. It suppresses the higher partials of a note. Basically, it makes the note sound warmer if you pluck a string more slowly. And there's a reason, an acoustic reason for that. And I'm guessing it would be the same for piano, right? When you hit a key, a hammer is hammering a string, right? Now,
Yeah.
if you slow that hammer down, it's probably a similar effect. It will probably sound warmer, or to use a technical term, it will bring out more of the lower partials, the note, the partials that are closer to the fundamental note. So whenever you play a note, you've got the fundamental. Like if you play C, C is the fundamental, and then you've got a series of overtones. Those are called partials. The further away you get from the fundamental, they're called the higher partials. They're further away from the fundamental. The partials that are closer, the overtones that are closer to the fundamental, are called the lower partials. So lower and upper, or lower and higher partials. if you play a string, like if you pluck a string close to the bridge, you're bringing out a lot of the upper partials. That's why it sounds so metallic. If you pluck a string here, you pluck a string there, you're doing the opposite. You're bringing out the lower partials. You're suppressing the upper partials more, right? And then same with speed. So if I pluck a string slowly, as opposed to quickly, you can hear the difference, right? I plucked it, it's exactly the same spot, but different speed, and that also does a similar thing. So I've given you guys a bit of, you know, scientific, what do you call it, terminology or something, but yeah. And it's probably the same for the violin. If you bow, you know, quick bow, probably the same thing. Slow bow, yeah. So
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, all right, cool, good stuff. All right, let's go to Emma now, and lesson number 37.
Let's see if the sound. Is the sound okay?
Yep, sounds good. Yep. Yeah, very well done, very well done. Beautiful musicality there with the color change in the B section and then the slowing down. You all probably noticed that, right? How Emma slowed down at the end of some of those phrases. Adds such a sweetness to it, yeah? When you do that. Very nice, very nice. Very well done. Yeah. Excellent, everyone. That's fantastic. Great to hear everyone play, you know, a full piece through. Should do it more often. Now, before we move on, I did want to, if you guys don't mind, Emma, you sent me a piece that you, I guess, wrote for the piano but arranged for the guitar. Do you guys mind if we all take a quick look? Is that all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that a lot, but
Yeah? So I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I often do this. I'll pull it up and I can read it. Oh wow, okay. Not as okay. What have we got here? It's also in D major. Okay, I have to kind of. Okay, that's good. I think I got that. Is that kind of how it goes? That's a tricky
Yeah.
rhythm. It's nice though, very nice. So you got some tricky rhythms in here. That's a tricky one there. Is that kind of it? No. Is that, maybe I'm getting it right there. That, or is it more like that?
I think it was the way you did it right before that.
The first time, yeah. I think that might be. I'm sorry, I'm kind of picking things out, but already. But I think that you might want to almost flip this around. It's like a da dum da dee da. This maybe wants to be a bit closer to that one. So maybe this becomes dotted. Maybe a dotted quarter note, and then this note can become an eighth note. Da, that would be sound like da da, be like that, yeah. If that's how you want it to sound, yeah.
Yeah. I'm still learning a little bit how to use MuseScore, so I know there's a lot of like ties between the measures, like syncopated notes, and that can make it a little bit.
Yeah, that makes it a lot
confusing.
hard, a lot more challenging, to notate that kind of thing. But that's great. I don't see. I'm just scanning through before I read it to make sure I can, put it all together. I think I can. Okay, so I'll give it a go. And the tempo, is it something like 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. I'm not sure if I'm getting this rhythm exactly right. Playing this too fast. nice work. That's, that's a pretty intricate composition. I don't know how many pieces have you composed much before?
I've composed I think about a dozen.
Okay, yeah. Well, that shows because you're not. It's not like if this was your first composition, that would be like that's quite that'd be quite an accomplishment. But so I can tell you've had a bit of experience, which is great. Fantastic, fantastic. I guess notation. Maybe that's how long have you been notating for? Have you notated all of your pieces before?
No, this is, I think, pretty much the only one I've like totally completed actually. I
Wow.
would just like memorize them on the piano, like compose them on the piano and then just memorize them. And so
Yeah.
I have like quite a bit of trouble actually like getting to find that like perfect rhythm.
Yep. Yep. That's very good. That's very intricate writing, especially the melody. Your melodic writing, very intricate. The harmony, I guess, it's great. It's kind of like a repeating bass line throughout, which works really well. Um, yeah, so the rhythm, I mean, it's tricky to read. Doesn't mean it's necessarily not correct, but you can. I'm guessing you've already played it back. Like MuseScore, the beauty of MuseScore is you can play it back and tweak it so that it sounds just right. So when you play this on MuseScore, is the rhythm sounding just right, or are there still some places where it's not?
It sounded almost like just the way I played it on the piano to me, but
Okay, okay. No, that's good. That's good to know. Probably the trickiest part for me is here. So yeah, I'm not sure if it sounds right, then it's probably right. But to have a think, I'd probably have to hear you play it. Maybe if you want to send me a recording of you playing it on the piano, and then I can give some feedback about how you could maybe potentially simplify the rhythm and how it looks. Okay? Maybe
okay,
we
yeah.
can, yeah?
I have a recording. I'll send it.
Or if you already have one, just send it along and I'll yeah, in terms of the playability though, it's all fine. I don't think there's anything that's unplayable. So that's great. You've
I
got the
just
tabs as well, so
had a
very
little
good
bit
man.
of trouble with the when I was doing the G chord and the 16th notes. It was a little bit,
Oh yeah.
yeah, with
Where's
like
that? Is that like
right.
here? Or
Yeah, I think so. Yes, where your like pinky is kind of yours like in a rather like a little bit of
yeah.
a tight position.
Yeah.
Probably just have
You
to
could
work on getting that
um
somebody.
you could do it, oh no, but then you go, yeah. Another thing you might want to consider is adding slurs can make things a bit easier as well. So like I just did a slur from the, you know, B to the D instead of like that. That can make that can help quite a bit, especially when you've got a lot of 16th notes. So I added, through this kind of passage here. There it is. Yeah. It's tricky, but with a slur it might be a little bit easier. Yeah. All right. So you
Some
can have a
echoes
think.
of
Sorry, Larry?
I was going to say it's got some echoes of Canon and D in there in that section.
Yes. Yeah, it does have echoes of canon in D. Yeah. Partly the rhythm. It uses a similar rhythm and
Yeah.
similar harmonic progression. Not quite the same. No, was it? Yeah, that's the canon one. And it's got the same concept of it repeating, sort of ground bass. When you got a bass line that repeats. Greensleeves is another example. Greensleeves, it used to be called Greensleeves to a Ground, also known as What Child Is This for as a Christmas carol. What Child Is This? Greensleeves. The original piece was called Greensleeves to a Ground, so it was just a repeating bass line. How's it go? Can't remember the first note. It'll come. Alright. That's it. So you just repeat it, and then someone else will, and then they'll just keep doing variation and another variation, another variation. They're often improvised. It's a great way to jam, right? That's what, if you jam with someone, that's what you do. You just repeat a chord progression. The other person can just, it's basically jamming. They used to jam. That concept's been around for hundreds of years, if not longer. So great work. Yeah, so if I think, send me the recording. I can help with the rhythm, and then think about adding slurs, and you might want to play around with that to see how that works for you practically. But I think it will help a lot of sections in playability wise too. So
Okay.
all right,
Thank
good
you so
stuff.
much for looking at that.
Yes, pleasure. Not every day, that someone sends a composition, when you're especially so early on in your learning journey. So happy to do that. Okay, so let's get back. We've got a little bit of time left to look at what's next in the Arenas method. Okay, so what they put next is we get some exercises again. I guess they're thinking it's been a while since we've done sort of, especially like right hand focused exercises. And what does this say? Can you guys, anyone read Spanish here? I think I know what it says. It's pretty similar to English, a lot of it, ejercicios, something like that. Exercises for the independencia. It's like independence of the, what do we think? Hands, probably?
Fingers, yeah, I think
Fingers,
so.
independence of the fingers. Dedos, is
think
that
so.
fingers?
Fingers.
Yeah.
Fingers. Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
You guys know better than me. All right, so exercises for the independence of the fingers. All right, so what do we get here? Oh, wow, that's tricky. That's quite tricky because we've got this repeating note, and it's alternating. So you're playing the same note, but with the right hand that's alternating while the thumb is playing there. So what do we get? So that's the first one. Oh yeah, that's really hard. I would just, I'm not sure why they're doing it that way. Wow, it's got a bunch of exercises there. And then fin del primer curso, you finished the first course. I'm thinking that means, yeah, and then we get the next part. Oh, that's good timing, I think. So okay, I might make a decision. Let's see. Let me play. That's the first one, the second one. The third one. The fourth one. And so on. Okay, so up to the sixth one, we've had our fourth finger on the G the whole time, and then after that, from the seventh one, the pedal note, the repeating note, becomes the open G below the melody. that, yeah? Very nice effect. It's very typical in guitar writing. Maybe not so much, maybe in piano writing a little bit. It's a little bit like Alberti bass. You might have heard of that, yeah? It's kind of like that. On the violin, on stringed instruments, it's a little bit like, have you guys heard of the term barrier large? It's kind of like this technique with that kind of technique. Anyway, but the first 6 really good because your 4th finger's on that G fixed down. The other fingers have to move around. It's very good for your finger independence, especially for strengthening your 4th finger and strengthening the ability of the other fingers to move independently while your 4th finger is fixed down. Okay, so that's a really good exercise. What I would do though, I think I know why. I don't want to explain why they're doing this. To me, it's overcomplicated. So what I would encourage you guys to do instead is just to use the M. So you're just using PM the whole time instead of alternating, okay? So thumb and middle. Now, if you're playing this on the piano, what I'd encourage you to do, and we should do this on the guitar too, is we don't want this to overpower too much the bass, right? So that we don't want something more like that, yeah? So I think that's a good goal. Now on the piano, you're not probably going to get the same benefit of the finger independent. I'm not sure. If you did it with one hand, I think maybe. If you did that with, would you do that with one hand or 2 hands on the piano?
That's the middle C all the way up to the. No, you would do it 2 hands because that's too far. But you really don't want to be kind of hopping like that. It'd be a lot of like hopping your hand around. So you would probably do that with 2 hands.
But are there ever times where you do need to hop?
Yeah, I would say so, probably. So, I mean, you guess you could just use that to learn how to hop.
I would encourage you to try it with one hand because that's kind of what we're doing on the guitar in a way. So if you could try to do that with one hand, and yeah, you'll be hopping. So and you'll be. I assume you'd be using the pinky for that G, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. So that's a kind of similar kind of layout to the guitar. Okay. So, and if you do that fast, that'd be great. That's really great for your hopping skills. I reckon. So we can try that. Okay. So maybe we can each have a little go at this. So maybe who wants to go first?
Well, you wouldn't be able to hear us if you can't hear the piano, so you'd have to be.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can practice it during the week and record again. That would be great to see your hands flying around and hear it too properly. So either Emma or Larry.
I can try it.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Emma, want to go first? All right. Give it a go. Once you got that 4th finger on the G, you don't have to worry about it so much. You can really focus on the melody here. Okay? Yeah, give it a go. That was great. Very good for a first go. How does that feel for your hand, especially the left hand?
Uh, my pinky like keeps wanting to like get off, like it doesn't want to
Yes.
stay right there.
Exactly that's exactly what this is good for. Keeping that fourth finger still and not independent. That's exactly independence, right? Independence means when they're not codependent on each other. With if one finger's doing something, it's not affecting the others. So the goal, I mean, you know, for me, it's like I've developed it, right? So it's just right. The fingers have been trained to do that. I've done. You don't want to know how many types of finger independence exercises I've done. There's literally a whole book devoted to the topic. But yeah, so it's great to get started with that. That was good, Emma. Great, Larry. Can you give it a go?
Yep.
Nice, great job, very good, very good. Something I'd encourage all of us to do, I can imagine this would be applicable on the piano as well, is to try to use the most efficient movement you can. Whether you're hopping around like this, you still want to do it efficiently, or on the guitar, as we're moving around, you know, this melody in the bass line here. What do you notice that I'm doing? Hardly moving my fingers. Yeah, I'm holding down fingers that don't need to move, and then when they do move, I'm trying to move them with minimal, you know, movement. So the first movement I've got is to lift the second finger to play the D. There's only one movement in the first measure. In the whole first measure, there's just one movement. There. Then I got to move here, but I try to do that efficiently. So, do you want to try that both again, Emma and Larry, and then Melanie and Isabel? You can think about this, how that would work on the piano, I guess. How can you do that efficiently? It's partly to do with height. I know on the guitar you want to stay low. It's probably the same with the piano. You don't want to go too high. You want to stay low. Yeah, that's probably the main thing. But you want to maybe check your other fingers too and make sure they're not flying out or something. You know. So yeah. The basic foundations of good technique will be very similar across different instruments. Yeah. So. Let's try, Emma, we try again and see if you can increase the efficiency. So in the first measure, you can hold 3 and 2 down and lift 2 when you get to the open D.
I didn't remember, like, could I see the, yeah.
Good. And then a nice easy swap, second finger on the B, and that's it. Keep the fourth finger down if you can. Third finger's ready to go. Good. Third finger's hovering over F. Good. Lift. And then third finger to the C. Keep the B down. Yep. Keep the 2 down. Yep. And then that's great. Good job. Very good. How did that feel?
Much like easier. I didn't have to like take one finger off and then put the other finger on and then put the other finger on again. And
that's good. Yeah, it's easier in a way. It can create its own challenges too when you've got so many fingers holding down. Sometimes you'll find that that can add a bit of you know, not strain, but something like that when you've got so many fingers down. But you just want to find a way to keep your fingers down as relaxed as possible. Yeah, so they're not clamping or, you know, pushing down excessively. Same with the piano, it might be the same. You don't have to push the keys down too hard, just as light as they need to be pushed, yeah? Larry, you want to give that a go as well? See if you can increase the efficiency there, please. Good. That second finger in the second measure, Larry, the second finger you can hold down, and see if you can keep your first finger a little bit, you know, tame that first finger a little bit if you can. Yeah, keep the.
No, this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Good, good. That's very good. Just if you can just hold the second finger, that's great. Very good. Just if you can hold the second finger down in the second measure. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a bit.
and that's what I meant by
yeah.
it can make it can have its own challenges when you do that.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of like balance it. You can lift it if it makes it easier for now. But if you do lift it, try to lift it very minimally.
Just a small bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so small lift there. Yeah. All right, that was very good from both of you. That your hands look so. What did you reckon, Melanie and Isabel? How the change from the first time to the second time they played it, being non-guitarists. Did you notice?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at, but well, before I wasn't really paying attention, but I'm sure.
So yeah, okay, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, it's a subtle thing, but yeah, if you watch a guitarist and you see lots of movement and things like that, and it's going to make things more difficult generally. So we're always aiming for efficient. That's where speed and accuracy and control and everything. It's really where it's built from. It's built from efficiency. All right, so change whether it's swapping chords or playing scale passages or whatever it is. Yeah, what we're doing here. It's all efficient movement. Is like it's like a filter that we always want to be applying, to anything we're playing. And exercises like these are really great, really great for that. But it's something we can apply to anything we're playing. We can always think, can I increase the efficiency in places? And it has a lot to do with holding down fingers. It sounds so obvious, but holding down fingers is a big thing. It's a big one. So. All right, guys, that's it. Very good. We covered a lot of things. We covered a lot. So great job, everyone. Awesome. Everyone's contributed a lot today. So thanks, everyone, for that. And keep up the great work. And I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
All the best. Bye now.
Bye.